How's it going?
My name is Bobby. I'm from St. Louis, and I've been racing mini bikes for 6 years. I was doing dirt karts since the late 90s and raced with a bunch of friends. And then I started with the mini bikes about 6 years ago over in St. Louis at a little bar called Shady Jack's. And we were racing out back, drag racing, and it just went from there.
And what were you doing before mini bikes?
I've raced dirt bikes, I've raced quads, I've raced the flat dirt oval carts, always been a mechanic. I've always worked on stuff, always built stuff. And I figured I'd make more money at home than working for somebody else. And probably 8 years ago, I started doing that for myself at home and been doing it for myself ever since. I'm competitive, very competitive. I'll race anything with a motor, anything with wheels. I don't care what it is, I'll get on it and race it. I love to race. I was always getting hurt on a bicycle, going too fast, doing dumb stuff. Then we got three-wheelers as kids, so that was always fun. The death machines. Yeah, that's what they called them. That's what we grew up on, was the death machine. I met a lot of friends, and I've made a lot of friends doing it. And I got a buddy that I've been friends with now for probably 6, 7 years, he actually moved to Texas. And he's the one that got me into it, and got me into it pretty solid. And we've just been competing with each other ever since, and everybody else.
How many mini bikes have you built? If you can think of how many?
Probably over 40. I got all kinds of pictures and pictures and pictures of mini bikes, like trikes, drag bikes, cruiser bikes, rat rods, just all kinds of different stuff. Whatever the customer wants. It's got a Tilson 3-inch on it. It's got the zero error, all their billet plate work on it, and then it's got JR race cars, clutch setup, and that motor was actually built by Chris Byron from Thunder Huck Bikes. Is who the motor was built by, and then he sent it to me, and I finished it up, put it all together, put it on the bike, and we tuned it and everything. So I actually have a clutch guy. It's kind of weird to say I have guys. Jason Brinkman, or Brinks, I can't remember if it's Brinkman's or what his name actually is, his last name. But he did the clutch and set it all up for me. And then besides that, everything else pretty much been me. Yeah, this one, like I said, whenever you get on here, the key to this one is you just put your feet against the back here and just tippy-toe it up to the line. And I don't touch nothing until I watch that light. And I don't hold the brake, I don't give it gas, I don't nothing. I just go. As soon as that light goes, it's over with, I'm out of there. You gotta lock yourself in and put yourself up like this on it, all the way over the front end like that. If you try sitting like this, it wants to come up like this, like 3 or 4 times, and it's rocking you the whole time it's doing it. Oh yeah, this thing, let's see, I got that about 5 years ago, and it's set right over here by the shed, just getting rusty and rusty and rusty. This is actually one of Montoya's very first frames he ever built, is this one here. And everybody got their hands on it. Once I finally got a hold of it, I started buying little parts for it here and there. And then this cart here, that body came off of this cart. We was putting a new body on it, so I made the body work on here, aluminum race car body. It still tries to pull the front tires up, even with that weight on it. It had 50 pounds on it, and after Go Motorsports, I came back and I moved the rear end on it. I moved it back like 5 inches because all I wanted to do was ride wheelies. And now they want Montoya to actually, yeah, see, it's got blinkers on it. It's got the blue lights up under down here. It's got them under the bike back there. Just a 212, blue 212 with a billet rod in it. Everything else besides that's all stock. I always find new stuff to do to it. Yeah, the evening, like when the bike show's about over, you light this thing up and it looks real pretty at nighttime and when it's dark out. That is a motor that I built actually about 5 years ago, whenever the 236 kit first came out. I bought one, put it together, and that motor's been on multiple bikes. And now we got it on here, and we're gonna use this for our small tire bike next year. I don't know if we're gonna do full start class with it and starter box class, or what we're gonna do with it, but I know we're gonna take it out and do some testing. And I know a lot of people's numbers from down there, so as long as I can get it to run what they were running or faster, I'm fine with that. But yeah, this one here, this has a Bobby Hammond's rear subframe on it. And then it's actually got, that's not a Brad Hill tank, that's actually an Amazon tank that's on it, the stainless steel Amazon tank. And Let's see. I took the frame, the rear part of the frame. If you notice, there's no catch can on here at all. But if you look, I got a fitting up here in the top part of this upper tube that goes down through here to filter and a filter, and I got plugs back here where this is my actual catch can. And then I just wanted to be a little different, so I put the brake on the outside, and my axle is just a little bit short, but it works. This is a 5150 Kiker with a 85cc KTM two-stroke race motor on it. I'm building this one for a customer. We're waiting for wheels and tires and a gas tank. And this thing should run pretty good. We're keeping the factory gearing from the dirt bike and everything, so it won't miss a beat. This, not the motor, the actual bike has been. The bike itself has been in a fire. You can see up here in the front where it still got melted, like where all the bushings and stuff melted out of the front forks and all the ashes on it, all that stuff still on there. I left that up on the front for character. That one, almost every part on that go-kart's from Go Powersports.
On the go-kart?
Yeah, everything but the motor. It's a Wildcat block, but everything else came from Go Powersports on there. And then we got this Polaris here that I've cut the stock motor off the transmission and made motor mounts and put a Ghost motor in there, 212. I'd like to be able to go. My problem is my wife works all the time. All the time. She works 2 shifts. She works for the state here. And I don't. It's been sitting for a while. But yeah, this one. Side shaft motor with gears. Built for the kids. No, they're a blast. I have fun riding the stuff around, making it. I always have a good time.
Tell me your most memorable mini bike experience.
I'm gonna have to say the Go Powersports 660 and the Pull Start Picnic. It was different, completely different. I never expected it to be how it was. It was a good time. All the bikes, all the people, all the friends you make, and like I said, I never expected to go down there and win anything. I just wanted to go down and have fun and be a part of it. And then we ended up winning Pull Start Picnic, Best in Show for drag, out of a lot of bikes. There was a lot of bikes there, and that surprised me. And then I never thought I'd win the next day at the drag races, and we went and I made 3 passes and won it. Yeah, I was in awe for a while. Don't give up, keep at it. You'll get better. Practice makes perfect. The race is won in the garage. That's where the race is won at. I'm super competitive. This bike here I built just because we were supposed to have a street race in St. Louis. I said, you guys want me to come out and play with you? I'll come out and play with you. So I built something a little more manageable for the street. I mean, you can ride down the street, but it doesn't hook up for like 40 feet on the road. It spins pretty good. Thing's pretty fast. I've never rode nothing like it, I'll tell you that.
How do you handle a loss?
It don't bother me none. I'll fish bump you on the return road. It is what it is. It's all for the love of the sport. Ain't no reason to be mad just because you lost. It just makes me want to go back and be faster. Oh, I built a ton of motors. Yeah, I bet I've probably built 500 motors in the last 2 years.
Wow.
How long does it take?
It just depends on what you want done. Like a lot of it, like if it's like a smaller cam, smaller style, like go-kart style motor, do it in probably 2 hours. A motor, a little more detail, a couple more hours because you got to do a lot of like machine work, a lot of Dremel work inside the block.
What is it about mini bikes that
The speed.
made you want to switch?
It's the speed. How fast it is, how small the bike is, and how quick you can get there. And then you got so many people that they always want your number. They're always looking for you, always calling you out. And I got so many guys from Texas that want me to move to Texas and join up with them. And even one of the motor builders down there at the GPS said once that thing's figured out, everybody's in trouble. I did 5 passes on it, didn't change nothing. We loaded it up, put it in the trailer, and went down there. And I ran it like that, running 8s, like 820s. And It was running like 74, 75 mile an hour is all it was doing then. And like I said, now it's 790s now. It's about 80 mile an hour. It's funny. Like they put me against Blake, against that electric bike whenever I lost to him. And I probably had him to 400 feet before he realized he was in the wrong gear. He was on the wrong setting, and I could hear him out of my left ear. I could hear his tires squeal on the track. And then he came past me like I was sitting still at 75. And I did the Outlaw class because I wanted to be Outlaw, not the run what you brung. They should have put him in run what you brung. You know, you just show up with whatever you got and you race it. That's where LAX should have been too with that dual motor bike, is in the run what you brung class.
They ran the 2 motors, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they got me within like the first 200 feet. I sent a LAX drone video, and you can see from the top my bike was doing this the whole time. It was losing traction and sliding side to side. And I mean, I took off. I had them at first, and I was untested. I wasn't ready for a dual motor bike. And you're talking 150-pound bike to whatever their bike weighs, and with a little bitty guy on it. And I weigh 170 pounds myself, so you go, my bike's well over 300 pounds, me and the bike total.
Do you have a favorite build so far?
This one. That's my favorite one there so far. Yeah, ain't nothing worse than come home with whiplash from a mini bike. Every time I take that thing out, I come home with a sore neck. Every time. It just takes off so fast, so hard, and they're only getting faster. I actually have changed a few things since the GPS 660. I've re-geared it. I put a new set of rings in it. It's got new Manton push rods I put in it, and then it's got a bigger carburetor I just put on it too. So it's ready to go back and test. I'm actually going for the record. Yeah.
Which record?
The 740.
740, nice.
Yeah, I'm record chasing right now. Nobody wants to race me, so I'm just gonna start chasing records. I mean, I got all the money that's in the thing. I might as well go do something with it besides let it sit here. I do so much maintenance on that thing, it's unreal. I make one pass, I check push rods, check valve blast, I check all that, put it all back together, and then go make another pass. And it's every time. It's maintenance. You got to do it if you don't do it. But it's what I love to do. That's my passion. I live to race. I love to race. There's only one of them out so far. It's 101.
And whose frame is this? We might as well shout him out.
Yeah, Mini Bikes Are Us. Montoya Dorch. This is my 4th frame from him, and I'm getting ready to get a 5th one. Trying to get him to sponsor me at some point. Big Sexy.
Yeah, Big Sexy. he was saying that we need a diabetic class for the big boys. So.
I mean, there is a lot of big guys that like to do this, but they're scared, so they find jockeys to ride their bikes because they think that they're bigger, they can't compete. This bike don't give a crap who's sitting on that bike. This bike takes off and goes, regardless if it's me, if it's if it's you or you. It doesn't care who it is. That bike just takes off. And like I said, I don't ever talk smack on the internet to them guys. I'm friends with all of them, but I just show up and let the bike do the talking. Ain't no reason for me to do the talking. Nope, and that's why I try to tell them guys, I'm not going to argue with you. I'll just show up and we'll race and we'll see what happens. Everybody always wants to know, what size your motor was. Since you can't be giving away all your secrets. We were supposed to go test this weekend, and I was trying to go back to down there. They got a championship race for Texas coming up, and I was trying to make it back for that one, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. And then they have one in Oklahoma, I think, too, that Jack Ramsey was putting on, and I don't know if I'll be able to make it to that one either.
You do off-roading at all?
Yeah, I did. I actually just sold our side-by-side to use to pay for some of that.
Would you do the GPS 180?
I want to go. We're supposed to go back down there in November for that. If I can find a bike and get a bike put together for that, then I plan on coming down. But if I can't, then the money for that bike went there.
Let me see what I can do, and maybe you could just come down, ride one of ours or something.
Okay.
And yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so I know they said a team. It'd be probably me, Jet Life, and maybe we can get Montoya to get involved with it, to where us 3 could ride the bike. That'd be fun. Us 3 doing it just to see, just to have fun. I mean, I want one. I'd love to build one. My favorite frame is the Baja, but the Bajas don't have rear suspension on them. That's a bigger, taller person. That longer bike makes a world of difference. Rather than riding like a motobox. A motobox is not for a big guy. They're not for a tall guy.
Did you see Bobby Hammond's suspension setup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what made me
on the Baja.
Yeah, that's what made me want to get another one. I was like, man, I can't wait. I need to get me a Baja and have him tell me one of the suspensions, throw it together and take it out there and race it. I mean, I got plenty of motors to put together. I got 5 motors sitting here on the shelf we could build, or I got my 236, or I ain't running that one down there. A lot of my stuff here is actually Go Powersports parts on it. They're the first company I bought from, and I still buy. And every week they have something new. You know, and they just keep adding and adding and adding and adding. Here for too long, you won't need to look up nobody else. You'll be able to get everything you need from there. The service people, I mean, you can call and talk to them. They know exactly what you want because they race. You know, you got Flacco and them guys that they all know, you know, pretty much what you need. When you call and talk to them, it's not like you're calling and talking to a lady that answers the phone and doesn't know what she's talking about, and then, you know, tries to take your order and messes it up. You call and talk to them guys, you get what you need, and they get it out to you. Every weekend there's a little track like 20 minutes from here, Tri-City Speedway. They're actually having like a big modified car race. And we used to go there every Sunday, and we would race, and all the kids would race, and like the sprint cars, and we would all just, it was all of us racing all day long, and it was a good time, and a really good time. It's like I said, you meet a lot of good people out there, you make a lot of friends, and it's just, there ain't nothing better than going out and racing, being competitive.